baby. That's right, you. What? Doing it, man. Lady, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. It is Monday, September 13th, 2021. That one was for you. I was just practicing over the weekend. I'm trying to do that self-taught, dude. So I'm trying to like self-teach myself that guitar. Never picked it up before in my life. This was, it came in my possession during the pandy. And sometime every once in a while, if I need to just let loose, I'll go around and just like, try it on. I think I'm getting everything. It's probably, not learning the best technique because I'm not, there's no teacher. I'm self-taught in myself. It's what it is, but that's fun. I'm trying to learn Seven Nation Army. I don't know how it's coming through. It's like little by little, little by little. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a great start to your weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Rocking and rolling through life, baby. Man, it's almost halfway through September, dog. Lady, where we going? Time's flying. Man, oh man. I've been, my mind sometimes goes in like jingles modes. I like to, I'll take something that it's like, it's in our culture. It's been embedded in, and I'll play around with the words because it makes me laugh sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, man, I really want to share this, but sometimes I may be, a little bit hesitant, but I'll go ahead and share this one with you guys. And I know whatever it is, what this show is all for, like, it's adult entertainment is essentially what it is. We talk about everything and nothing, keep it loosey-goosey. Most of the times we're silly geeses around here, but that's the thing, man. Sometimes we'll, go into a little bit of a more difficult topic and what have you. And today might be a mixed bag. But this jingle's kind of stuck in my head, and I'll just sing it for you guys, and we'll see what. And this is all. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for all your patience, the longtime viewers and listeners. Thank you for all the love and support. If you're a newbie to the show, if you're a newcomer, buckle up. Don't buckle up. We're not in a car. What are you doing? What kind of seatbelt? You got seatbelts in your home or your office or what? You might be driving, so buckle up if you're driving. But let's sing that jingle. And it makes me laugh, dude. It makes me laugh because of the thought that comes after. The normal one would go something along these lines. The best part of waking up is coffee in your cup, right? That's the the brand name in your cup. That's the best part of waking up. And it makes me laugh because I'm like, what's the best part of waking up, dude? Lady, what's the best part of waking up? If you're mated, if you're walking around, mated, if you're mating, if you're a couple or a trouble, I don't know which, whatever it is that you guys do, no judgment around here. But the best part of waking up, best part of waking up is pussy on your cock. Or you can reverse it. Best part of waking up is a C in your P. So again, I don't want to say too many times, but best part of waking up is P on your C. P on your C, dude, or C in your P. That's the best part of waking up if you're coupled, And that, I'm realizing this because I've not been in a relationship in some times, and it's just a little bit of loneliness, sure, a little bit of just silly willy shit, because that's the thing. You might somebody run into office, you're like, man, we need to come up with a jingle today, we need to sell this product, get it going. Somebody was, and that's the thing, people will be, it's a think tank, everybody's just spitballing ideas. What do you got? Jim will sing, best part of waking up, C in your P, or reverse it, best part of waking up, P on your C. And then somebody's like, we're selling coffee here, Jim, focus. And then they just switched it. They're like, okay, we'll just, we'll take the C and the P, switch it around. Best part of waking up is a coffee in your mug, And, but If somebody's like adamant though, like for reals, like job aside, assignments aside, stats aside, targets aside, if morning meetings aside, if that's the best part of like, don't get me wrong, man, I'm a huge fan of the coffee, but if that's the best part of your day, or that's best part of if that's the best part of waking up, ooh, especially if you're coupled, if that's the best part of waking up, just saying, dude. But the best part of waking up is that morning C or P, depending on whatever you like, dude, whatever you like, lady, whatever you're into. That's pretty much one of the best parts of waking up when you're coupled. So shout out to all the couples out there. And why am I talking about couples? Because over the weekend, and thank you again for anybody who likes these videos, who's watching, who's been watching, supporting. Thank you. Hit those like buttons. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube by searching Rob Sadri. You'll get the full length videos every week. And then somebody messaged me over the weekend. Somebody DM me, beautiful gentleman DM me, and is like, me and my mate, we wanted to get on that Patreon, we wanted to support you, thank you very much. And I thought, instead of DMing them back, because again, this is new territory for me as well, you guys. This is new territory for me, new territory for you. The thing is, I've put up a lot of content over the past year, and it's going to just be building up and amping up, and we're adding to it. So there's a lot, you guys, if you want to, you get to know me quite a bit, because I spend a lot of time talking about issues that are concerning my life, issues that are concerning our lives together, societal issues and concerns. So we're really getting to I putting a lot of myself out there. So if you want to and somebody asked me, like, how much is the Patreon? It's very simple. Click on the link below my name on Instagram. Take yourself to the Patreon page. There's a 3-tier system working for everybody, and we're mixing it up, trying to bring you more good stuff. So there's no one set price, and again, it's pretty much like whatever you want it to be. You can also donate as much as you like, or there's a 3-tier system working for you as well over there. So check it out. It's simple. You just click on that link, patreon.com/robsadri. Boom, it'll take you to my page, and we're rocking and rolling. I figured I should just because maybe if that's the thing, there's if somebody's thinking it, there's probably other people who think it as well. It's like, how much is it? Go check it out, dude. It's just a couple of cups of coffee here and there. What's a couple of cup of coffees between you and I is the question. So thank you for the inquiry. But that's the thing, sometimes I'm a little bit like, because if you've been watching for a long time, you know that there's a little bit of that, whether we'll toss it in there, that self-pro, you have to, because we're business, we're a brand, we're we're doing things, we're rocking and rolling, and people sometimes, and that's the thing, I really appreciate everybody out there, whoever takes the time to hit the likes, to leave a comment. And sometimes that's the thing, I'm a little bit hesitant, maybe because I put up a lot of myself, but sometimes when I if somebody's like writing a comment or like making some inquiry, I'll have to like click on your links and what have you on your portfolios, on your profiles, see what kind of what are you doing. It's kind of hard when the profiles are a little bit limited. It's just hard for me to gauge it. So I'm giving you guys a ton, and if you're wondering if you want to be supportive, I 100% appreciate whatever you guys do, whether again it's just viewing it, talking about it, liking it. And if you want to go on Patreon, this is a thing I built it so that this is an independent operation, and I get to speak my mind as freely as possible because of you guys. You guys are my producers. You guys are what basically will allow me to make this operation run forever and ever. That's right, forever and ever, everybody. So thank you for the inquiry, but I thought instead of DMing you, and this is like, again, I do apologize, because it's some profiles, it's hard to, and you might be completely, it might be a genuine, and again, it's a new stage of, it's building that business, it's building that relationship, it's building the giggles and the laughs together. But sometimes, I'm just, again, because I'm one dude, I just want to, say it here instead of DMing you. You know who you are. Thank you for the inquiry. And if anybody else was thinking the same, just click on the link, see what happens. There's, again, 3 tiers working for everybody. See what you like, if you have any ideas, and we're making adjustments and we're tweaking all day, every day, baby. Sip, sip to you guys. Best part of waking up, pee on your seat. That's what I'm saying, dude. So many things are happening. I'm so surprised that, man, I wish I got myself a guitar earlier in life. That's why, I've been trying to, learn a couple of chords here and there, and I'm not, I don't have a teacher. I'm not just going on the Googles, how do you play this song? And then trying to like look at a video, look at a couple of bars, try to make sense of it, as best as I can. But that's the thing, man. If I had come to think of it, I think I would have really gotten a kick out of it when I was younger. But hey, it's never too late. It's really never too late when, people pick up hobbies and interests of different kinds all over the place in different periods of their lives. So it's been really fun. And that's the thing. I've had this guitar and it's been with me for almost a year. I picked it up a while ago, just played a couple of chords, not really knowing what I'm doing, looked at a couple of, easy songs that I could learn, put it aside, haven't touched it until this past weekend where I just I spent a couple of hours it was on Saturday and Sunday, a couple of hours just because I needed to do something because I'm at that stage right now. Speaking of Patreon, I've been meaning to for some time now. The paintings are up and running. The studio is looking pretty nice, but I'm just trying to think of something to, be able to create in terms of a painting that I could potentially either use as a logo or some sort, maybe not even a logo, maybe just a nice little painting that I could blow up on some sort of an item for the Patreon fans, for the hardcore fans who've been with me for some time. I'd like to be able to do that, and I'm just having a little bit of a, I don't even like to call it a painting mental block because but that's the thing now that I've always done things for myself. This is now again, we're a business, we're serious business around here, trying to do something that will, not just satisfy me, but be nice for you guys. Whether it's a mug or a t-shirt or whatever it happens to be at the end. Hope you guys actually enjoy looking at it. That's the thing. So I'm taking my time, and yesterday I was just, even on it's been an ongoing project. I don't want you guys to think that this is just, we're building, but I like to take my time. And like I said, I've always done things for myself, but this is a big portion of it. I want to be helping other people somehow get uplifted, get motivated, go out there, maybe get a laugh, maybe get a giggle. And down the line, we're going to be doing more stuff as well. But yesterday and the day before on the weekend, I'm just like, you know what, I need to just do something that will take my mind from, take my mind away from writing, away from trying to think, because sometimes that's the thing, you're going full force at something, and for me, the way it works is I'll need to pull back a little bit so I can come back and, tackle it from a different angle. And that's what it is. My mind's always been just over the past year and a half, try to get in here every week, come up with the funnies and the jokes. And even then because that's the thing, we're getting to know each other sometimes, to the average, to the listeners out there, what I'm about. If you guys have been following, that your boy's in it to win it, and I'm very dedicated. But sometimes, I'll even throw a word, and that's again, perceptions means you say one thing to somebody, it means something to them, and then you'll say that something else to some other person, and they might interpret it in a completely different way. So sometimes I'll even be in a joking sense, but in a that's the thing, I'm fully committed to this, but I'll be like, man, I'm just I'm starting to dabble in this and that, and I don't want you to think I'm dabbling, dude. I'm knee deep in this comedy game, in this storytelling. It's just for me, it's sometimes we, for whoever's doing this, whoever's been, and I'm not the first one, obviously. There's so many people who are doing it, killing it on different levels, man. Comics, storytellers, podcasters, interviewers, whatever it is. And there's so many different genres, and there's different realms to this, and there's different levels to this. But I'm just saying, sometimes I just say things without even really giving it that much thought. I'm definitely doing my writing and what have you, and the jokes are sometimes based on written stuff. Sometimes it's just spur of the moment. We're just pew, pew, going from the hip, baby. You know what I mean? It's So that's what it is. I don't want anybody thinking that, we're not, because that's the thing. I'm knee deep in this game, baby. In for life. In for life. That's what it is. I'm in it to win it, and we're in for life. That's why I'm taking my time. That's why I've, from the get-go, said that this is going to be a long-term project, that this is, both for me as a personal endeavor, for personal growth and what have you, and also as a new, that's the thing, it's a business. It's a business. That's what I'm trying to learn. And that's the thing, man. I'll be, over the weekend, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Over the weekend, I didn't spend any time this weekend writing whatsoever, because I wanted to just give my mind a little break, come start from the week, build ourselves off into a nice, get a nice hyped for the end of the week. Just leave everybody off on that high note. Just be like, oh, it's my feet are sizzling. This boy's on fire. You know, that's the thing. So I've just been watching a couple of movies here and there. Not gonna lie to you guys, on Netflix. I hadn't been on Netflix for a long time, and I was just like, man, let's check out a movie. And I saw one of the top recommended movies was Kate. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but if you've not seen it, go check it out. It's pretty badass. Not gonna lie to you. It was a lady just kicking butt for like, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours straight up. Just like, I'm not gonna tell you what went down because I don't want to give any, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. A lot of action, a lot of, you know, a lot of that. If you're into blood, if you're into knives, if you're into that, you know, kickboxing, if you're into that martial arts, if you're into fight, if you're into violence, if you're into, you know, and if you're into females and any, you know, whatever it is that you're into, you got female, you got violence, you got action, you got knives, you got blood, you got, you know, it's great. Check it out. Highly recommend it. You know, and that's the thing, you know, I want certain things to be preserved. Speaking of like kick-ass, like that was a, you know, clearly main character is a female. She's a femme fatale. She takes no shit. She goes after, gets it done, bing bang boom. And you know, certain things I do want to like. That's the thing. One of the movies, there are a few movies that I'm a big. I don't like to call myself a, you know, I just love the arts, man. Whatever it is, it's whether it's music, movies, painting, comedy, like you name it. I just love the arts, and certain movies I'm really looking forward to coming out, and for different reasons. You know, one film is made because, you know, it's a drama. It's something a little bit more. It'll take you on a ride, and your heart's just like beating the whole time, and you don't know. Maybe it's about a relationship. Another film might be an action flick. Completely different genres, right? There's different things for different times. You know, it's not just like you can't just listen to one song all the time and be like, oh, that's my. Or you could drive yourself insane and always listen to best part of waking up. P on my C, C in your P. You know, you gotta switch it up. Different songs there. So that's the thing. One movie that I'm looking forward to is like a lot of you. I've said this from the beginning of the show that we've been to. You did it again. If you know me, you know that I like the James Bond movies, dude. I like the 007 movies. I really like them. They're entertaining. I used to watch them as a kid with my dad. He introduced them to me. That was like that's still in my mind, one of those moments where I can look back and be like, yes, solid, you know, bonding experiences with your papa. You know, it's nice. So there's that attraction for me, and I'm always like, you know, and man, Daniel Craig's been killing it over the past. How long has it been that he's been doing it? I don't know. It's been, you know, he's been James Bond for some time now, and he's retiring from the role, which I'm kind of bummed out about, because fuck, man, he's so good at it. He's really good at it. But that's the thing. It's opening up the space, I guess, for a new person to come in and fill those shoes. And yeah, some things I just like certain aspects of it to be preserved. It's good to like. That's the thing. Watching Kate was great because, you know, badass femme fatale lady, and that's the thing. Sometimes we think equal should mean the same. Like, you know, like if you want to do something, you gotta like. I think there could definitely be a female 007. This is again my personal opinion, like whatever, man, like to each their own. This is just what I like to see. I like James Bond to be a dude because that's just what it's represented. I'm not saying there can't be other agents, but you know, calling it 007 or like James Bond 007, it's like that's just again my opinion. I'll still probably, you know, I'm very supportive of, like, that's the thing, I'll watch, like, that's the thing, I'll go back and watch old school movies, blaxploitation movies, Pam Grier, again, being that, like, femme fatale character, kicking butt, taking names. I love that. It's unique. It's her thing. But, like, taking James Bond, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, love everybody, and, like, you know, I do want to be seeing things evolve and change, but maybe it's good to, again, we've talked about throwing things away. You know, maybe not everything needs to be thrown away. Maybe some things are nice to be preserved. I'd like to be able to see more. Who knows where it's, but that's the thing. You'll hear murmurs and rumors of, like, maybe a female will take over the role of James Bond. Who knows? But you know, it's a risk and a gamble. It might work, it might not work. But that's, even if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't work, again, fantastic, because we've learned something. But that's the thing. I don't want it to. it should be like let's create. It's so easy to like we could just get together and create a femme fatale character without her having to be James Bond. We could just build an entire franchise because you could leave that and then build an entire franchise. Think of so that's the thing. It's okay to again just my ideas, my thoughts, my concerns. Who knows who might get the next James Bond role, dude? I'm one of my favorite cats to play the role if Daniel Craig's is bowing out for sure because you never know when people might just be like, all right, I want more skirt. If he's actually bowing out, another person that I think might be suitable, again just my opinion, I think Tom Hardy would probably be a cool James Bond to see over the next few years, 5 to 10 years, a nice build a nice, maybe even, I don't know how long you want to, however long you want to do it, however long it goes for, I don't know the deets of these situations, but that's the thing, that's one character, one cat that I would enjoy seeing as a James, and I think it would suit, from a casting perspective, again, this is just with my limited knowledge and just being a movie fan for a really long time, learning from watching and what have you. So from a casting perspective, I think he would really fill those shoes well and make it his own. It'll have, but then there are other people who might, but that's my favorite person to fill that role if anybody's going to fill it. But then again, who knows what's going to happen. This is just a fan of the James Bond franchise talking to you guys out there. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? Do you guys think maybe bring in an agent, but maybe let's not call her is she going to be named James Bond or 007? I don't know. It's just man, can we leave some things be? Not everything. That's the thing, man. The future, you'll see things it just reminds us, just we're going over let's have good role models because for everybody, and not to say it's, hey man, not to say, oh, it's, there's emotions inside this guy, there's thoughts going, because it's just constant battles. You love James Bond and you love the characters and what have you, love the storylines, it's incredible, but at the same time, isn't it kind of crazy how we come to love certain things when you look at it from the bigger picture, but hey, as entertainment, as a movie buff who, not even a movie, but as a movie fan, I like it. All right, leave me be for a second. Let me just enjoy that is what I'm telling myself. Okay, but the concept of it is a little bit, it's it's weird, isn't it? Because you'll grow up and be snitches get stitches, even if you don't get the stitch, it's just not nice to snitch, What happened to the code of silence? But then here we're all about talking about everything, but then the concept of I don't want to say certain things because that's not how I feel, but the concept of it is the underlying notion of the character is a spy character, right? But that's the thing, sometimes you need to do certain things, and that's where we're at in life. But as a movie, as an entertainment, as an art form, I love it. As the real life concept of it, you can draw certain parallels, and it'd be weird what we're into sometimes, That's all I'm trying to say. I hope that kind of makes sense. What else have I been doing? Man, I get happy for people when they're killing it, when they're good at something and they're just killing it. And again, everybody's on different levels, everybody's doing different things, but so it's been a while since I've been able to, sit down and watch a comedy special and be man, from A to Z, just pure laughs. It had been a while. And something I could recommend to everybody because that's the thing. I really do believe in uplifting everybody. And again, there's different levels to this. There's no need for me to be like that. Not trying to do anything other than share the fact that I genuinely enjoyed what you did, and I like other people to go check it out because what's great needs to be checked out. And I'm talking about Shane Gillis, dude. Shane Gillis, great lad, Shane Gillis. And his comedy special on YouTube. Was it 45 minutes to 50 minutes? Just a wee bit under an hour, but I hadn't laughed like that in a long time. Like every man, because that's the thing. Now I'm like over the past year, I'm training myself, trying to learn. But that's the thing. You'll see it on different. I laughed so much during his comedy special. Holy smokes! And you can tell that this is just the beginning. So shout out to Shane Gillis. I'm very very happy for your special, obviously, and many other cats who are out there doing it. They're amazing people, always, ladies, gentlemen, doing great things. And I'm the type that likes to think. It's not just about me, it's about the art, it's about the community building, it's about building neighborhoods, building cities, building nations, and building humanity. Kind of like get everybody on team humanity. When I see good things, it doesn't matter who you are. I don't have any agendas, I don't have a dog in this, or like why would I? But that's the thing. I genuinely, if you want to go check out a funny comedy special, that was a very funny comedy special that I really enjoyed. And I think this is just, again, one of the, like, I think Shane Gillis is definitely one of the guys to be watching for. You know, that's again, hats off to you. It shows that, like, you know, talent speaks for itself. You put it out there, it's great. Where like the laughs, oh man, like it's I loved it. I loved it, and I can't, you know, so I can't recommend it enough. Go check out those two things if you want to watch a little something. You know, you want to watch a femme fatale character kick ass, go watch Kate. Badass, just like slicing and dicing and making you see blood and elbows, and, you know, pulling the nose with the. Oh man, that's my technique, bro. I'll lift you up with the nostrils, bro. 2-finger nostril lift. Put that in the UFC. Wah! Flip over. Two people at a time. Doing it, you know? But that's where we're at right now. You know, go in the mornings, I'm out there doing my little gig work, getting in here, spending some time with you guys in the meantime, trying to write, trying to create, trying to do a little bit of, you know, building this project up from the ground really as naturally and as organically as possible. So I really, really do thank you guys, the longtime listeners and viewers. Thank you for all the love and support. You know who you are out there. I hope I can be given back. I hope I've been given back, dude. I hope I make you laugh. I hope I make you think about some different things sometimes. And your boy's flawed as fuck, dude. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, so that's why I don't want anybody like be looking at this. Is literally, take it for what it is. It is entertainment. It is a little bit of, I'm hoping for it to be some sort of an art form. And yeah, if I ever say anything that's like, if we're talking about serious issues, I want you guys to go out there, do your own research. That's what I believe in, man. Having the freedom of choice to do your own research and make your own best judgment, because we're all different. We're all made very different. We're all, you know, there's no one grand recipe that we can just apply to life, or a way of, or an aspect of life and be like, this needs to be, you know, applied across the spectrum for everybody, because that's the thing. We're all very different. We're all very different. Nobody likes the same things. Nobody reacts to the same things the same way. And that's the thing, man. You know, sometimes I'll be, you know, thinking about things that I do want to be talking about, thinking about things that are going on in our everyday lives. And overall, I just want to maintain a positive attitude, because I'm that optimist, dude. I'm that eternal optimist. I think we'll pull together, and the common sense, I think, will rise above. I don't think we need to be going around doing any. Oh, great news, by the way. Great news. A little bit of a great news. Again, things change, things shift, and people can always change their minds. I was reading in on the Guardian, if I'm not mistaken, the UK decided to go reverses on the vaccine passports, which is super great. I think that's something that we could all go ahead and do, because you know, I don't want to be, every Saturday here in Toronto, there's thousands of people protesting different parts, you know, whether it's Quebec, Montreal, Vancouver, different, and even today as I'm sitting down here, I believe there are protests going on, and people are not, you know, this was never, again, I think the discussion should shift from, because it's been politicized by the politicians, and it's been, reaffirmed by the status quo or the mainstream media as, it's anti-vax, or, it's, or similar concept, these two related concepts in some, a few weeks ago, week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Again, so many things happening all at the same time. Texas, put in abortion law down in there that if you get pregnant and it's gone past 6 weeks, you're not allowed to get an abortion. And again, it's just, I think we should step away from these, us versus them sort of arguments, rather, and like really focus on like trying to get to the best place possible. And for the reality on the ground, when you speak to people, because the Canadians specifically are like, because this is my home, Toronto's my city, Canada's my home, these are my, like, you're my peepsies here, man. I know you guys, and you guys, for the most part, we're all very chill. So when I see thousands of people get up on the streets week after week after week after week for over a year, it really tells me that they're not happy with a particular thing or two that's going down. The mandates, the passports, all these things. I think it's just literally people like to have freedom of choice, freedom of expressing themselves, freedom of what they put in. And again, it's very similar parallels could be drawn, right? Between a lot of people definitely, I would think a lot of people would agree that abortions should be left to the mothers, to the ladies who have to actually raise that baby inside them. And like, I just think 6 weeks is ridiculous. But again, I don't think that's I'm not too familiar with the laws that go down in the US, but I think that's pretty much going to go up to it might go up to I don't know how your legal system works. So again, don't quote me on any of this, but I don't think it's going to pass on a federal level, if I'm not mistaken. I think the state of Texas might okay it, but I think it's not, gonna get passed by the federal level. I would hope, because 6 weeks is just a tight little space of time that things can go. 6 weeks it's nothing, dude. You can if you've experienced, I've not had a period myself, but been in a few relationships. Sometimes you'll skip a period, or it might be late or something. Dude, you don't want to have that extra thought on the back of your head that if there is a need for you to go get treatment, that that 6 week time's come up and gone, and you can no longer. And like, that's the thing, the way it works over there, what I'm reading, what I'm hearing, Jesus Christ, it's kind of scary. Not kind of, it really is. Like, you're not even involved in this situation. You can go out there and like get people in trouble, get people who are trying to help each other. Man, weird. And that's the thing, where again, it's that notion of like, what happened to just like minding your own business? Why does that, like, if it's mind your own business, let everybody like conduct themselves as freely as possible and do what's best for them. Do what are you doing passing laws telling ladies to get abortions or not to get it? Leave it up to the ladies. If they want to, they should be able to go get it, and it shouldn't be a crime. If they don't want to, they want to keep the baby, cool beansies, keep the baby. And the same thing again, it's just having choice and options over what you do with your body. And the same arguments, I've been trying to listen to some of the little bits of the candidates, the Canadian political candidates, come in there and talking, and like the talking points, and more or less, it could be better. Not gonna lie to you guys, it could be better. And that's the thing, I'm gonna have to go out this week and vote. I'm not gonna be voting for the Liberal Party just because I'm not too happy with the way of the mandates, the lockdowns. I'm not too happy with it, the number of businesses that have gone under, the kids being out of school, kids still having to wear masks, everybody having to put up with so much, and I'm just not too happy. And again, this is one guy with his opinions. I'm just trying to make up my mind, but I do want to see somebody come in there and be like, what, we here in Western society, we actually value freedom of choice, freedom of what kind of medicine do you want to put in your body? And this is not just about COVID again. Whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's, you might be, there's so many different things. That's the thing. Here I try to look at it, and I know a lot of our viewers here, like to look at things from different angles and different perspectives. I don't think you can just be like, man, everybody should do this one thing for even the greater argument. The greater good argument doesn't hold, because again, we have to be worried and we have to be concerned about these notions of like, whether it's like superimposed like hardcore self-righteousness or like group righteousness, where it's like, well, you got to do it for the betterment of the greater good. And every time arguments like this come up, I'm just like, okay, but who decides what's best for the greater good? And I'm not the best. I'm not here to argue with people. I'm really not. I just like to have a good time. I like to be able to have fun, enjoy my life, do the things that I want to do, go out there and hustle and get it on my terms. That's why I've come into storytelling, or wanting to become a comic or a stand-up hopefully one day, because it's one of the paths that I see as suitable for me. It'll allow me to do things the way I'd like to do them, but still achieve somewhat of a end result as well. But that's the thing, you got to leave it up to people. And there are a ton of people, I think in the US, there are a ton of people who are everywhere globally. The majority of people are for, this is not, again, the way it gets twisted, and I'm very disappointed in the Canadian media and journalism as well, the mainstream, the way you guys word your articles. It's extremely biased, and it's just evident that you're supporting the status quo. You're not really questioning anything, and your questions are very biased. That's the thing. I've been listening to the candidates, and it's very much, there's a mold, there's a cast, there's no room for any outside questions, there's no room for objections, there is very minimal, there's hardly any true opposition. And that's what I fear, that we all, it's never good to have, it's good to have differences. It's good to be able to look at each other and be like, I respectfully disagree with you, but I still like you as a person, and we can still get along, and it's okay to have different opinions. I think we're losing that every day, little by little, but I want us to be gaining it back. So that, like, the UK example of that U-turn was a great example. Excuse me. Oh man. Excuse me. COVID. Or it could just be literally just the, sniffles, or it could be just spreading germs all over the place right now. God. Jeez. Okay. Where were we? Whew. Bless you guys. It's just good to have options, is what I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, mandates, totalitarian ways of conducting ourselves, tyranny, coercion, and marginalization of people who don't agree with you is not cool, and it doesn't make for a healthy society. It'll just separate us more. God, why now? Okay. Collect yourself with the sneezes. It's a little bit of the sun's hitting me on my left eye right now. That's what sometimes you sneeze when the sun comes out. What's up with that? Weird. Anyways, it's good to have options. It's good to be able to play around, have fun, and life is full of risks, right? By now, we all know that you could still, I'm not the first one to say it, I'm not a scientist, but I read what's out there in the news. I read a little bit of the articles that are printed, maybe, and try to make sense of it. From what we gather right now, you can get the vaccines, you can still get COVID, you can still pass it on. And a lot of people, whoever wanted to go get the vaccine, I'm all for it. I've been like, that's the thing, everybody's for everybody getting whatever they need to make themselves feel good. If you need to go get a vaccine, go get a vaccine. If you need to, that's the thing, a lot of times we don't talk about every other thing that, from the greater good perspective. Should people that are, overweight do we treat them the same way that we're treating the people who don't want to necessarily go get the vaccines, coming down hard on them, like, it's your fault that the insurance policies are so expensive because obese people, have a higher chance of obtaining respiratory or cardiovascular diseases. It's like, oh, or whatever the case may be, right? Just blaming other people. It's just like everybody should be, for the most part, reliant on themselves. There should definitely be infrastructure to take care of us and what have you. And sometimes it just, yeah, that's where I'm at with this. I'm very much over it, just like many of you guys. I just want to move along and live my life. So I'd hope to see within the next days and for the next 10 days to see somebody come in the political realm here in Canada and say something a little bit different, advocate a little bit of freedom as well, maybe consider going, we don't, because it's unnecessary, it's redundant, it doesn't stop this. This is going to be something that we're going to have to learn to live with at one point, just like many other things. We have the flu every year, and then look at the numbers of people who die from influenza or the flu. It's alarming how we just choose to focus on one thing and not focus on other things, and how one thing gets amplified and other things get suppressed. These are signs that we should be very careful. We should be very much in support of as much freedom as possible, because before you know it, and these terms have become so normal now. These are the alarms going off. Whoever you, even sometimes on the mainstream media, they'll come out and be like, man, we're really living in Orwellian times, and you don't want to be living in Orwellian times, dude. And a true depiction of these can be seen in societies like, China or Russia or Iran or Saudi Arabia, where you can only say particular things or do particular things, and if you say anything otherwise, there's going to be huge repercussions. So everybody, soon we're all gonna, if that's the case, we're all gonna have to learn that double speak. You know what I mean? That double speech, that double speak, that where you say one thing but you mean the opposite, because saying the thing that you mean will actually end up getting you in trouble for whatever reason, whether it's based on religious beliefs, whether it's based on, even if the science is being dogmatic, then it's not science. That's just enforced opinion, Science is always changing, so I believe science doesn't apply to everybody the same, equal, in the grand scheme of things. Of course, you'd have and again, I'm not a scientist, but these are things that I pay attention to, and it's important that we keep in mind and just check ourselves before we, shit the bed. Anyways, things are looking, the UK was a great example of them turning around, and there's just a ton of protests going on everywhere globally, right? Paris, England, United States, here in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, different places. It's just let's step away from tyranny and trying to get everybody to be this one homogenous entity, and be okay with the fact that we might have different opinions. That's what I have a different opinion than most people, but I still love and respect most people. It's really, it's unfortunate when you see politicians come out, and because I want us to, and everybody can change. We can all, every day is a new beginning, baby. You get in there and you change. You be the change, and it's okay to change your mind. Okay, we're in this together. Let's uplift each other. Let's not be hindrances. Let's not be impediments. Man, oh man. What a beautiful day to be alive, though there's so many things happening in and around us. Little by little, we're moving forward. Baby boy, baby girls, whatever you're doing, I 100% encourage you to go out there, give it your best. Give it your best. I don't have any, I always go all the way, give it my best. I don't leave anything out there, so that at least when I'm done with it, I can be like, okay, I gave it my best and I know what happened. Whatever you guys are doing out there, whether you're involved in the arts, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a scientist, whether you're, working in the social services, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a firefighter, whether you're working in the produce sector of society, or you're in agriculture, you're in, aviation, who knows, whatever it is that you're doing, 100%, it's admirable whenever you see people doing whatever it is that they're doing. It's admirable. I love hard work. I love good people working together, uplifting each other, and it takes every little part of the puzzle to come together to form an actual clear picture. Love you guys. I'll be back here again on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for the Patreon edition. Thank you guys for all the love and support, sending you all positive vibes and energy. Go get it out there. Kick butt. Talk soon. Peace out.